Alright, welcome back to the Slowpoke World. We got episode 2 of a Quite Frankly series. Just a stream of consciousness where I just have a little chat with you guys, have some topics in the TCG. And I'm probably a little bit late to the party on this one, all the drama about this has already been unpassed, but should ADP be banned? That's the topic for today's video. Now, I've been playing for reference since about Boundaries Cross. I think it's about 10 years. Not all those years have been super competitive, but I have, I've been following the meta for those whole 10 years. So, and I think there have been more oppressive and stronger decks in that time frame. I do think, sort of like Toad with, what's that got? Trump card. That was pretty bad, but yeah, I think ADP is really good, and ADP can like really swing and steal games it really shouldn't. I do think ADP is slightly like overpowered. I feel as if ADP was fair when you couldn't get the Jax off in a turn, right? Like back when it first came out and people were playing it with Keldeo, there was room for counterplay against ADP, right? Everyone, if you want to be ADP, you can play Energy Disruption. If you KO the ADP before the Ultimate Ray, you could really set them back. Like I remember playing Malamar, we always play the Trevnoir, just so when they GX, you do your GX, that's kind of what it does. But I think for free energy, you discard all energy from your opponent's active, and if it stays inactive, they're KO'd. So there was ways to play around it. They were stock attaching 1 energy per turn, had a bit of counterplay. Now though, when you can get this GX attack off in one turn, it does feel a bit crazy, don't get me wrong. There's been many games before where you could either miss turn 1 energy at all, or you can even be survived like turn 2, you just pop the GX off and then you do just literally go boss. Now, is the problem there with ADP or with Zacian, or a combination of both? Probably a combination of both, right? Zacian's a really good attacker. 3 for 260 is really good damage ramp. One shots everything that evolves for the most part, and 2 shots everything else. And a lot of people are saying, they think the problem is you can go boss. I don't think boss is a problem necessarily. I don't like having to. If I'd rather a boss or just Pokemon capturing format, I'd rather have the boss. That's just me. Like decks like Dolstall and that can solely exist because there's no Gust in the format. I think that's just silly. Like I would rather lose to a boss than a catcher heads. Like people playing you could play 4 catchers in your deck and then like see tails on all of them and tell me how that's more skillful. Like if you were the recipient of that win, that's not more skillful in my opinion. Or you only won because I flipped 4. Different story. But anyway, so I don't think boss is the problem. Zacian's a bit of the problem. But the reason why I don't think ADP should be banned, because I really don't think ADP is the problem in the meta right now. I really don't. I feel as if free prizes as a whole are the problem. Like, do you remember when there was the first Hyperlux event where they banned ADP? Like 60% of the field was like Eternatus. Like the ADP sort of, in my opinion, on an oppressive power level is the same as all the other 3 prizes. Everyone's like, ADP gatekeeps loads of decks from format. What decks does ADP legit actually gatekeep? Like for real. Like if ADP didn't exist, what magical 1 prize or 2 prize deck now jumps to the top of tier 1? There isn't any. Sandaconda, maybe. It's a stage 2 though, so it's never really going to be over stage 2. And Sandaconda's had good typing for the longest of times. You can play stuff like Toughness Cape to help push you out of KO range anyway. Now, granted, in the first Hyperlux event for all transparency, Sandaconda did win that event, but that's because half of the field was Eternatus anyway. And I think I even saw the other day there was a ban ADP and Eternatus event. Like, where does it go on? Like, where does it stop? Like, Colossal VMAX is really hard to KO. We're going to ban that as well. So I feel as if you was to ban ADP, there isn't any single prize decks. Maybe that Whimsicott can like do some damage, maybe. That's yet to be seen, that's still really new. So yeah, I feel as if free prizes are the problem. Like the only other single prize deck that's been like super competitive is Baby Clowns. That's like, I think that deck is like an anomaly just because it's a single prize that can do 350 in 1 turn. Like we'll just put that in a little box. Like that's always going to be good no matter what's in meta, right? But like if Malamar tags, if Malamar Giratina was in format now, right, would that even be competitive right now? You don't 2-shot Eternatus, you don't 2-shot any VMAX deck. So I think that's the problem, is that as the sort of free prizer has gone up, because Giratina could two-shot most tag team Pokemon, right, with some spell tag, pings, or distortion door, right? So the single prizes in that format can still kind of compete, but now the sort of free prize, the power level has gone up with VMAXs, right? The HP's gone up, their attack powers tend to have gone up. But the single prizes hasn't gone up at all. Like I mentioned, there was the Blaziken, right? I can't remember what set it's from, the double type one. I think my Cosmic Eclipse might be wrong. That does 3 for 130. That doesn't two-shot VMAXs. Like, as it stands now, there is zero reason to play that, because granted you can say, oh, but if your opponent carries 3 Blazikins and you carry their VMAX, then that's fine on prize trade. Yeah, but what are the chances? Like, what are the chances you're going to get 3 stage 2s out? Well, even then, you get 3 stage 2s out, your opponent carries it, you KO him with the last stage 2. Do you think that stage 2 is going to win you the game? No, because you free shot a Pikachu VMAX or something, I'm not sure, some random thing, right? And then you carry their VMAX, their next one's going to come in, and then you can't do nothing about it. So I think that's the real problem, is the single prizes, or even the 2 prizes you could argue, aren't up to the power level of the 3 prizes, and that means you're either playing a 3 prizer or you're losing. It's that simple. And I don't think ADP is the problem in that scenario. So yeah, I just feel that everyone hates ADP because it wins such cheesy games, and it's very linear, and it's really effective at what it does. That's why people hate it. Do I think it's the problem? No. And I'm not, this is going to be another video, but then I don't think Rusted Sword is that much of a problem either. That's just my opinion, though. Quite frankly, 3 prizes are the problem, not ADP. Thanks for watching. If you've got any ideas for topics, leave them down there, and I'll see if I can get to them. Smash that subscribe button if you like what you heard. I've got many more videos to come, deck profiles and, you know, semi-comedic videos as well for you. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.